What's up guys, this is Sarah Lipich with Destination Salt Lake City, Utah. If you're thinking of moving to Salt Lake City, Utah, let me tell you, I have been in your shoes. I've done exactly what you're looking at doing. I've uprooted. I did not grow up here, I don't have family here, and so I don't speak on Salt Lake as someone who was born and raised here. So today, I'm gonna tell you 7 things I personally wish I knew before relocating to Salt Lake City, Utah. I've lived all over the country as a professional working adult, so I bring a unique and unbiased perspective to Salt Lake City. That's exactly why you need to watch this video and subscribe to my channel. I am a realtor here in the Salt Lake City area. My contact info is on the screen, so save my number, call me, or shoot me a text anytime. My goal in making these videos is that I can help you make an informed decision on relocating to Salt Lake City, whether that's 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 years from now. Let's jump in. Number 1, the elevation. If you're coming from the Midwest or the East Coast or anywhere at a low elevation, you're probably going to have some elevation sickness for a little bit. It's not really extreme for most people, but you're going to most likely notice it when you're working out, running, or hiking. You can be doing an activity that you would typically do, and you're just going to feel winded way easier than normal and even more tired because you're not getting as much oxygen. So even walking up the stairs can be a struggle. I once took someone mountain biking when they just moved here, and they basically thought they were having a cardiac issue. They were fine, they were healthy, very athletic, but they just did not acclimate to the altitude. You probably don't want to run an ultramarathon when you first get here. Number 2, the outdoor culture. So one thing I didn't fully grasp before moving to Salt Lake is how insanely talented people are at their hobbies. A lot of people move here because they're obsessed with skiing, snowboarding, mountain biking, hiking, and most of them are really good at it. Or, they've been here since they were kids and they were on the ski team or the mountain bike team before they could even walk. So this may be you, or you really love the hobby and you want to be closer to being able to, do it more frequently. Maybe you grew up going on ski trips and you're pretty advanced, but if you're just getting into outdoor sports, don't be surprised if you feel a little bit behind. Surprisingly, however, there are a lot of people who were born and raised here and they don't ski or mountain bike. So if you're worried about finding community or feeling like an outsider, recreation is actually a great way to meet other people in the same boat as you who are new to the area. It's actually one of the best ways that you can find community here. Number 3, the alcohol laws. So I did a whole other video on this, but I'll give you a quick rundown because Utah's alcohol laws they're something else. So bars and restaurants have metered pours. So your cocktail is either going to be 1.5 ounces or 2.5 ounces if it has liquor-based flavoring. There are no heavy-handed pours here, no double shots, which means if it's a sugary drink, it's going to be extra sugary unless you're at like a specialty cocktail bar where they're great at mixology. You're not gonna find liquor or wine in grocery stores, and there's no Total Wines. Everything that's stronger than 5% has to be bought at a state-run liquor store. So if you're at a restaurant, you have to order food with your drink. There's no just, going in, grabbing a cocktail or a beer at the bar before a concert or a game, unless it's a licensed bar. Bars will sell food, but you have to show your ID to go in, and you have to be 21 to enter the building, so you can't bring your kids with you. Number 4, the ski passes. If you're moving here to ski or snowboard, you need to know about the mega passes. There's the Icon Pass and the Epic Pass. And the Icon Pass gives you unlimited days at Solitude in Big Cottonwood Canyon, and then access to Snowbird, Alta, Brighton, Deer Valley, and Snow Basin. But for those, it's only a few days at each resort. So the Epic Pass is going to give you unlimited access to Park City and Park City Canyons. It used to include Snow Basin, but like I said, now that's on Icon. Also, a pro tip, if you are planning on buying these, you want to buy them early in the spring for the best price because they actually stop selling them once the season starts, and that's usually going to be late November or early December. So if you move mid-season and you don't have one, you're probably going to be paying full price for day tickets, which is going to add up fast. I would just buy the pass as soon as you know you're moving here so you don't miss out on, the spring pricing, and you can take full advantage of the resorts. They also sell single resort passes, but if you're moving here, you probably want to make the most of it and get to taste all of the resorts, as they all have their own unique culture and their own pros and cons. Number 5, the suburbs versus the city. Salt Lake City itself has a good mix of people and it's a lot more lively. But if you move to Utah County or Davis County, Sundays are going to just be way more quiet. There's a lot of restaurants and other businesses that just won't be open. That is changing slowly though as more people move in. Even Salt Lake City itself is going to have some quirks, like City Creek Mall, which is downtown, is closed on Sunday because it's actually owned by the LDS Church. But if you just drive 15 minutes south, you'll find another mall called Fashion Place Mall. That's gonna be open, and in my opinion, it's just as good, if not better. Number 6, families and kids. People here have a lot of kids, and I'm not just saying that, it's statistically true. Utah has the highest number of kids per family in the country. It's totally normal for families to have like 4 or 5 kids here. So if you have kids of your own, you might love this because in especially the newer neighborhoods, specifically in the suburbs, there's going to be a lot of kids running around in the neighborhood. Now, if you live in an older, more established suburban neighborhood, like 20 plus years old, or if you're closer to downtown Salt Lake, there are definitely fewer young families. So if you're trying to decide where to live, that's definitely something that you want to consider. Number 7, cost of living. It's not as bad as you think. So the housing here is high and it has gotten higher, just like everywhere else in the country. If you're coming from somewhere lower, like, lower cost like the Midwest, you're not going to get as much bang for your buck. You might be used to really done up homes with luxury touches, double ovens, and those come at like $500K, but here $500,000, it's more of a basic home. It's a great home, and you definitely have the ability to make it more tailored to you with upgrades and whatnot, but they just don't come feeling super luxurious at that price point. So to put that into perspective, as of February 2025, the median home sold price in the Salt Lake Metro, so Salt Lake, Utah, Davis, and Weber County, is right at $500,000. So the property taxes here though are way lower than other states I have lived in. So if you're coming from Texas, the East Coast, Colorado, you're gonna notice a lower tax bill for sure. Davis County and Utah County, they border Salt Lake County. So if you want an even lower bill, those counties will have even lower property taxes than Salt Lake County. And they're still mostly commutable to, to work, depending on where you live and work. The cost of activities here is actually, in my opinion, lower than some other places and more in line with like the Midwest or the South. Like a round of golf at a basic golf course in Denver is so much higher than it is here in Salt Lake. Golf is definitely more affordable, and unless you're looking for a country club membership, the initiation fees definitely are some of the highest that I have seen in the Salt Lake area compared to other places. Things like CrossFit, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, those memberships are way more reasonable than other places that I have lived. I truly love living in Salt Lake City, and I do not regret moving here. There is no place in the United States quite like it. It is truly unique. There's a reason that we were just ranked in the top 5 for fastest growing states. So be sure to watch my video on why everyone is moving to Salt Lake City. If this video is helpful, please tap that thumbs up, give it a like. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can know everything that's going on in our local Salt Lake City area. Reach out to me if you're thinking of relocating here. My husband Tyler and I, we work together to help people just like you and would be more than happy to show you around town.